What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. Man, freaking last 20 minutes, my house has been rumbling a little bit like mini earthquakes. You can hear almost like a loud bang, and the house was shaking. This has happened like 4 times in the last 20 minutes. My wife's outside like saying it's pretty strong. God, this freaking scares me. Makes me think, am I about to get another huge earthquake? I mean, according to like experts, they do believe Utah is due for like a ginormous 7.0 in the next 50 years. There's like a 30% chance. I still don't have earthquake insurance, by the way. It's like $1,200 a year. I have highly considered it. But man, these little ones do drive me crazy. Every now and then we do get these little ones. Although, to be honest, I never noticed a single earthquake ever in my entire life until I got that big 5.4. Or was it 5.6? But a 7.0, they say, is like 20 times stronger. So it's definitely freaking scary stuff. So hopefully one doesn't happen while I'm shooting this YouTube video. I didn't shoot the video for that. I wanted to talk about Cave Troll and some ideas I've come up with after thinking about this more thoroughly. So I think the best thing would move Monsterverse upstairs in the Jurassic room. I think it fits theme-wise, giant monsters and creatures, as well as move Pacific Rim up there, even though I don't have it, but put it there. As well as the 1/6 scale T-Rex. I still think I'd be able to fit Wolf, Predator, and Alien Romulus and some statues below. Potentially, I mean, I could do Game of Thrones or maybe do like Alita and some other things. Probably just keep Game of Thrones here, or maybe, we'll see. Actually, no, I could definitely keep Game of Thrones here. Anyways, the idea is, so we're going to want to have Transformers be from the Megatron shelf all the way to the Kong bust. All Transformers, top and bottom. We are going to get rid of a few Transformers, but what I think would work best is you actually keep Megatron right here, and then you do Optimus bust right here. And then right where he is would be this guy, Jetwing. And then it would be Shockwave. And so Shockwave would basically end at that garage shelf because this takes up 2 full garage shelves. Now Shockwave would be coming off the shelf because he is deep, so he'll probably come off to about right here. Then next to Shockwave, we'll do Sentinel Prime. We're going to change that out to a 60-inch wide garage shelf. You do Sentinel Prime, Bumblebee Bust, Bumblebee. So we got Bumblebee Bust, top shelf. We can return the wings because of the angle. He'll be head angled this way, Optimus head angled this way. And you have a bust surrounded by 2 statues. I think that'd look freaking glorious. And so that would fit and look really good. You keep Starscream where it's at, and you put him and those 2 in the 60-inch garage shelf. And then you do, I mean, you potentially could just do Optimus and Megatron right here. And then right there do like Barricade. If you want to keep everything between T1 to T3, that would look best and make the entire wall like that. Or you could still consider just selling those 2 and moving Starscream, like, I mean, Starscream could just go, let's say, right there. And then these 2 shelves, you kind of make it like those 3 in Grimlock. So you could definitely do that. The idea is to kind of bring Grimlock in here. So you still could sell these 2. You'd just have to do Starscream under Megatron. And then do like Galvatron, Night Optimus, Lockdown, and Grimlock. So we just get Transformers top and bottom. You just have to get rid of 2 statues, and you can bring Grimlock in. Or if you did want to keep those 2 and put them there and buy Barricade, then you could technically do Transformers down low right here. What I'm trying to do is turn this into Lord of the Rings. At a minimum, these shelves. So top and bottom, these 2 shelves. I could theoretically do just the top, but I think it'd be best to do, I do generally prefer top and bottom matching. I just think it overall looks better, like Transformers top, Transformers bottom, that looks sick. Lord of the Rings top and bottom. I really like that. Now, if the whole room is kind of scattered, kind of like my video games where it's different top and bottom everywhere, it's fine. But in this room in particular, everything is more or less themed the same top and bottom, except for Monsterverse. right here and right there. So that's going to stay the same. That's fine. Here, we would actually move Khaleesi bust and 1/4 right here. They will fit. And then in that corner we would do, or in that closet, we'll do Neytiri bust. Now, I don't think I could fit Neytiri 1/3. It's too big in this display. The only way to fit her is to do her right here, and then obviously Khaleesi bust right there. So it had to be Avatar bust, Avatar 1/3, Khaleesi bust, and keep Game of Thrones all down low. You do have to do Avatar bust in here because it's 30 inches deep. It's even going to hang off the shelf a little bit. Plus, it's so ridiculously tall. It literally almost go to the top of that. It'll be like that tall. I could just buy just the Avatar bust, but I always feel like if there's a 1/3, I'm going to get it. So, nevertheless, we'll maybe just do it like that. Bust 1/3 and just keep Khaleesi quarter down low. So we'll move these two, bottom garage shelf, probably right there. Put those two there. Reserve that for quarter scale. And where Shockwave is, you do Cave Troll. So Cave Troll is about as big as Shockwave in terms of height. He is wider, he is deeper, but he will take up about this much of the garage shelf to the very end. So a little bit wider. I'll just call it where that Optimus is at. Then you have from right here to here to do Treebeard. We don't know how big that's going to be. I assume it's going to be about 5 feet tall and probably 48 inches wide. It'll probably take up this whole garage shelf. And right here, I'd probably do Samwise versus Shelob, because I'm sure they're going to make that, and Frodo bust. And then potentially right here we do, I am actually ordering Boromir. I'm going to have the full fellowship. They're obviously going to make a Sam. So we'll get Boromir. I could just put him there surrounded by the 2 orcs. Or you can move Lurtz over there in that display. So you do Lurtz with the 2 orcs and Boromir. So he's just surrounded. You could also do some of those orcs next to Saruman. Or just save that for future Prime 1 Saruman. But I think those are the main key characters I need. So Merry and Pippin will actually be on Treebeard, I confirmed. And it's going to have orcs at the base. So that thing, I'm sure it's going to cost like $7,000, but it's fine. I'll buy that. That will cover Merry, Pippin. We got Frodo. We just need Sam and Boromir, which we just pre-ordered. And we have the full fellowship. And then you get Cave Troll. You have all the quintessential characters in quarter scale. That would be freaking perfect. So I guess we obviously need to see Sam, but we'll definitely do quarter scale here. And then the main thing here is going to be Treebeard and Cave Troll. And if there's space to fit something additional, then I may just throw Frodo up top or Sam and Shelob if it's too big for down low. I doubt it. Shelob will be big, but I doubt the statue will be super tall. If anything, it'll be wide and deep. But theoretically, if Sam and Shelob is too big for down low, we could probably put it top shelf. I'm very confident you could easily fit Cave Troll and Treebeard here. Now, if Treebeard is too tall, let's say it's as tall as this guy, we would have to lower that shelf. And then that does minimize what you could do down low. You could probably still at least fit Boromir and Lurtz. Keep Frodo over there. If Treebeard's over 5 feet tall. Because I basically have about 58 inches from the shelf here to the ceiling. 58 inches. But I highly doubt Treebeard's going to be that tall. I'm thinking 5 feet, which 5 feet fits. Basically as tall as Wonder Woman on horse. She is my tallest statue at 55 inches tall. So I think that would be an appropriate size. But if you do think about it, you have Lord of the Rings top and bottom, all of this, and it ends right here. And then this goes into Game of Thrones, Avatar, Warcraft, Turtles, and then all Transformers. I think that would be perfect for this room. It would give me every quintessential character and the full fellowship, all the baddies I want. That would be unbelievably perfect. And it works kind of good that this is a different type of shelf. And so you could just leave Megatron here, honestly. Just throw Starscream underneath them. And probably, you can obviously get rid of these two, or you'd have to get rid of someone else. But I think it makes most sense to get rid of them since we have this one and this one. We don't really need those. So you get rid of them. You bring Grimlock in. I wouldn't mind getting G.I. Joe in here, but that's a difficult one. If I don't get Neytiri bust, or I'm sorry, Neytiri 1/3, you could do G.I. Joe underneath. So you could do G.I. Joe here, and then just Neytiri bust as a standalone. Maybe do the Iron Studios 1/10 on the shelf behind her. I really would want that 1/3 though. I do like the idea of Game of Thrones just top and bottom right here. Probably do Khaleesi bust here, quarter scale there. And then G.I. Joe and Neytiri bust with some props and Iron Studios 1/10 behind. I mean, that definitely could work. Does the 1/3 truly offer that much? I mean, I need to look at it more, to be honest. I would love to get the Prime 1 Dio as well, but that's as big as a full garage shelf. Never going to work. Anyways, folks, that is kind of what my mind was thinking about last night and this morning as I came into the room, and I thought, what statues do I want to get top shelf, and how do I want to make this look just top and bottom perfect? I hate putting Balrog down low because I really like how that one looks. Top shelf, it's such a glorious piece, and right there it does look really good. And ideally, I wouldn't mind it just directly beneath Gandalf Ultimate that's set to arrive in the next few days. I think that would also look sick. That means you'd have to put it right there, unless you do Gandalf Ultimate like over here. If I was to move Gandalf Ultimate over here, like let's say I could fit it, right there, I'd honestly probably just raise him right there. And then obviously you'd have space next to him to do something else, like Frodo, or you could definitely obviously put Frodo there, but Frodo doesn't take up that much space. I guess you could do Frodo and Gollum bust. I wouldn't mind getting him top shelf. Now, he doesn't need it because he doesn't have like a detailed face to look at. Honestly, all the characters I have down low are perfectly fine. The only one I don't like down low is Frodo, but he just goes good down low because he's small. But he definitely looks better up top because you can see him way better. Everyone else, like he's literally looking up. Lurtz, Saruman, they look fine. But I definitely wouldn't mind him right here. Then obviously Gandalf Ultimate. I wouldn't mind the entire Fellowship together, to be honest. Like if I could somehow fit that, I would do that. The only way to make that work is you'd have to fit Boromir, Frodo, Sam, and Treebeard all right here with the Cave Troll. That would be tough. It just depends how big Treebeard is. Like let's say it's only as big as Jetwing Optimus's base. Like the base is this big, but it's 5 feet tall. I would say then you probably could make it work. You could definitely fit Boromir and Frodo. Probably not, unless Sam is just a minimal base. You know, like maybe the size of his base. Like let's say he's standing on Shelob's head or something. But if it's like a full Shelob and it's freaking ginormous, that would be tough. But I would love to ideally have the entire Fellowship and then surrounded on each end with the Cave Troll and Sauron. With all the baddies down low. Like they're just surrounded. That would be so sick. Now, even though orcs are going to be on the base of Treebeard and Cave Troll, I absolutely do not ever plan to sell the sideshow orcs. I like having standalone orcs. I can pair them anywhere I want. They're minimal, not tall, easy to display, and they're great detail. So I never plan to sell them. Saruman's, they definitely need to impress me. Just because that one is really good, like I've said before. It's just the concept and the base is... I mean, the concept's good. The base is the weakest point. Really, just a superior base would work better. Honestly, I don't even mind the steps. I just wouldn't mind a better, like, underbase, like, themed after the Tower of Isengard. That would just be much better than the circular base with his logo. Do it the Tower of Isengard. Heck, even the same as, like, Lurtz. That would be much cooler, in my opinion. Anyways, that's kind of what I think I'll probably do. So that means upstairs, you're going to put Monsterverse. Now, whether I get the Godzilla X Kong Dio, kind of just depends on the future. But as of right now, I would love to get it, of course. I'd have to put all of this bottom shelf but King Ghidorah and do King Ghidorah next to the new Dio. Do all this down low and still fit Pacific Rim down low. I mean, I'm pretty confident I could fit that. The hardest part would actually be him because those two... that takes up 2 garage shelves. Fitting him additionally is difficult. Anyways, folks, that is what I wanted to go over with you guys. Fortunately, there was no more shaking in the last 15 minutes, which is nice. But But we're definitely thinking up a lot of things because I know what Prime One's going to be coming out with in the future, and I need space. I definitely need space. And the majority of my space is going to be in the Lord of the Rings room and this room. In a perfect world, I would move all of Mortal Kombat out of this room, not a single MK statue, and just convert this all to video game P1 statues, 1/3 and 1/4. We'll talk about that in another video, though. Anyways, folks, like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.